A lot of small business owners face one or more of these problems. They can't get any substantial traffic to their website, so nobody knows they exist. They get short spurts of website traffic, but can't get consistent traffic to their site, or the traffic that they do get is not qualified and therefore not converting into leads or sales. So today I'm going to show you every way to get qualified traffic to your site. And in case you don't know, I'm Brandy with Life Marketing, the digital marketing agency with the mission to help small businesses grow. We've driven over $304 million in revenue for our clients using all of the methods that I'm about to go over today, so make sure you watch to the very end. And I should mention that we are going to cover a lot, so if there is one traffic source that you're specifically interested in learning how to leverage, feel free to use the timestamps below to jump to that section. All right, so the first way to get qualified traffic to your site is social media, but you have to do it in the specific way I'm about to share with you because you can just as easily drive a lot of unqualified traffic from social media if you don't do it right. The nature of social media is different from any of the other traffic sources that we're going to cover today because the audience on social media is not necessarily in a buying mood. They are not initially coming on social media to shop. They're getting on social media to connect with friends, family, influencers, creators, and maybe brands. The only app I would say is an exception to that is Pinterest because people do get on there to search for things and sometimes that can lend itself to buying. For example, some of the common things people get on Pinterest for is to look up recipes or outfit ideas, and if you sell cookware or clothing, you can very easily appear for those searches and direct people who are looking for what you sell from your pins to your website. But otherwise, on apps like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, etc., you're more so disrupting their scrolling to try and move their attention from what they were looking at to your brand, products, and services. You're either disrupting their feed with an ad or with an organic social media post. So the key to getting traffic from social media in those instances is making the disruption worth it. Your post or ad needs to directly address something that they care about, whether it's a goal that they want to achieve or a pain point that they've been frustrated with that they want to tackle. It needs to be what we call COA, a customer-oriented ad. If the post or ad is oriented around you, what you sell, your awards, how you're better than your competitors, etc., your audience is not going to care because that doesn't help them. So make sure the post or ad benefits them and provides clear value to them. If you own an e-commerce store, this is likely going to be a carousel of product ads showing the product in use and showing how it benefits them. If you provide services or collect leads, you'll want to offer a free lead magnet like a free ebook or a free training course, etc., that promises to solve a problem or achieve a goal for them. So let's look at an example for both. If you sell clothing and your brand is all about size inclusivity, then you'll want your product ads to include models of all sizes and heights wearing the clothes. I myself am 5'10", and when I see maxi dresses, which are supposed to come down to the ground in length, for those of you who don't know, when I see those on a 5'10" model and the dress actually ends at her ankles and not her knees, okay, that solves the problem for me because that's hard to find. A lot of retailers seem to think that everyone in this world is 5'8" and under, but I digress. For a service-based business example, let's say you're a health coach. You can run an ad offering a free training on how to lose weight with zero gym equipment because maybe paying for a gym membership or buying gym equipment is a pain point for your buyers, or how to lose 15 pounds in 30 days without starving yourself. Whatever it is, you want to specifically address a goal they are looking to achieve and tell them how to do it for free while avoiding a pain point that they've been dealing with. This does two things right out of the gates. Number one, it gets their attention and stops them mid-scroll. And number two, it helps weed out unqualified people for you because you're addressing your exact audience. If you have an ad about tall size clothing, shorter people are not likely to click on it, which is a good thing because that's not your customer. If you're a health coach offering free training on how to lose weight or build muscle or what have you, people who are not looking to do those things are not going to click on your ad. People who are in the market looking to accomplish those things will. So already we're attracting more qualified people than not. But there are two more quick things you can do from here to really make sure that you're attracting qualified traffic and weeding out unqualified traffic. The first is having an additional survey form beyond the initial lead form. So this doesn't really apply to e-commerce businesses, but stick around because the second step will apply to e-commerce and service-based businesses alike. For service-based businesses, maybe you only work with clients in a certain industry or with a certain level of income, etc. Maybe you have more questions that you need to ask beyond name, number, and email in order to determine whether a lead is a good fit for you or not. If that's the case, a lot of business owners make the mistake of of trying to ask all of those questions on the initial lead form, but that can deter leads from completing it. At that point, they're just trying to get the lead magnet that they saw in the ad. That's all they care about. They're trying to fill out that form as quickly as possible. So if they see 10, 15, 30 questions, they're going to be like, not worth it, and click out. And that may be another reason you're not getting much traffic to your site. But at the same time, we want qualified traffic, right? So the solution is to have a short and sweet initial lead form, and then on the thank you page that they land on from completing that, give them their lead magnet, but also prompt them to fill out your survey or application to see if they qualify for a free strategy call. Only the leads that are actually serious about what you're selling will go the extra mile to fill that out, and based on the answers, you can either qualify or disqualify them from there. But this allows you to get that traffic to your site and only allows the qualified traffic to have access to your calendar link. Now, the second thing that you can do that applies to both e-commerce and service-based businesses is to make sure you optimize your Facebook pixel for your end goal, whether that's appointments booked, proposals signed, or purchases. Let me explain what I mean. Let's say you tell Facebook, hey, I want to show my ad to women in this zip code with these 3 interests, and you run it as an engagement campaign. Then you run an ad to the same exact audience in a sales campaign. The difference in each campaign is that in the engagement campaign, Facebook is going to show the ad to people within the selected audience who are most likely to engage. Whereas in the sales campaign, Facebook is going to show the ad to people within the selected audience who are most likely to convert. In the engagement campaign, if you get 500 likes and 0 sales, Facebook is going to call that a win because it's optimizing for engagement, or in other words, its goal is engagement. Whereas in the sales campaign, if you get 3 likes and 20 sales, Facebook is going to call that a win because it's optimizing for sales. So it's the same principle with your conversion event. Your conversion event tells Facebook what you want out of the campaign. A lot of business owners make the mistake of running a lead campaign that optimizes for leads, but do you want just leads or do you want booked appointments? Do you want proposals signed? For e-commerce stores, do you want just traffic and product clicks, or do you want purchases? After you've got some appointments on the calendar, you can optimize your Facebook pixel for booked appointments. Once you have some clients, you can optimize your Facebook pixel for proposals signed. And once you've got purchases coming through, you can optimize your Facebook pixel for sales. You're essentially telling the algorithm, hey, I want you to find people who are not just likely to fill out my lead form or click to my site and nothing else. I want you to find people who are likely to fill out my lead form and book a call and sign a proposal, or people who are likely to click my product ad and purchase it. And the algorithm can do that with the more data that you give it. So once you have your landing pages and everything set up so that only qualified leads are landing on your calendar page, and your Facebook pixel is installed on every page across your site and all of your landing pages tracking data, you can then optimize your Facebook conversion event for appointments, clients, and or sales instead of just leads and traffic. So here's how to do that. You'll go to Ads Manager and click Events Manager, Custom Conversions, Create Custom Conversion. You'll want to name it something you'll recognize like booked appointments. Make sure you have the right pixel selected. It should be the one that's installed on your website and landing pages. So again, if you don't have that installed, you will need to do that first. Choose all URL traffic as your event, and then put in the URL of the thank you page people land on once they've scheduled an appointment, signed a proposal, or checked out, whichever you want and are ready to optimize for. You can either do URL contains or URL equals. If you do equal, it needs to be the exact URL, then hit create. Then when you're setting up your ad in the ad set level, make sure the same website pixel is selected and choose that custom conversion you just made as your custom conversion event. Again, this allows Facebook's algorithm to do some of the heavy lifting for you and finding people within your target audience who are most likely to book a call with you, become a client, and or purchase a product, not just click to your site or fill out your form. Now, before we move on to our next traffic source, I should mention really quickly that if the setup on some of that seems daunting or overwhelming, like setting up a survey form or setting up landing pages so that only qualified people go to your calendar page and unqualified people are directed elsewhere, etc., I'm gonna let you in on a secret. We use a program called Marketing Tank for ourselves and for our clients that makes the setup of all of this stuff super easy to do, even if you have zero website experience. I'll put the link for it down below in case you want to try it out in a free trial, but let me show you a sneak peek of how to do some of this stuff really quickly. First of all, you can create landing pages with it, even like I said, if you have zero website experience. It's super user-friendly. You can choose from hundreds of pre-made, high-converting templates, and then just drag and drop or edit things to tweak them to fit your branding and your offerings. You can tweak the lead form on them to ask any questions you want to, and so on. Then you can also use it to create the survey or application we talked about. So you'll want to include the more in-depth questions here that will tell you if the lead is a qualified fit or not. Just click Sites down here on the left and then Websites, and then either click New Website if you haven't made one yet, or if you have and just want to make a new page, click inside your website and click Add New Page. From there, you can create your page from scratch with the easy drag and drop tools, or you can do what I would do and choose from one of the hundreds of pre-made templates I mentioned already made for you and just edit them from there to match your branding. Either way, all you do is go over here on the left and drag any element you want over here: text blocks, images, forms, videos, surveys, calendars, pop-ups, whatever you want. And you can toggle back and forth between desktop and mobile view so you can see how your landing page will look on both, which is super important with the amount of people who do everything from their phones these days. You can also hit this button here to paste your Facebook pixel code so that Facebook can track the people landing on this page. You'll want to add that to your landing pages and thank you pages so that you can optimize your pixel for your end goal like we talked about. Then back on the main site screen, you can see we have a form and survey builder here. So you can create the form or survey that these people are filling out on your landing page. With the form and survey builders, it's a similar story. You can create customized lead forms with the same easy drag and drop feature. You can customize your forms and surveys here too to match your specific branding. And again, you can add custom questions so that you ask the right ones necessary to ensure that you're getting qualified leads. Based on how people answer your lead form, you can then set conditions to tell Marketing Tank where to send those people next. You want to disqualify people here and move the qualified leads along to your calendar page. And remember, unqualified leads should not be sent to your calendar page. You'll want to send unqualified leads to a different thank you page. And again, Marketing Tank makes that super easy to set up. Then over here on the left where it says calendars, you can create a calendar and embed it anywhere within your website or funnels so that clients can schedule appointments seamlessly based on your availability. And you can also integrate these calendars with Google, Outlook, or Apple calendars if you need to. This is the calendar that will appear on the thank you page qualified leads are sent to. Once a lead books an appointment, their meeting information will be recorded in the Appointments tab, where you can view all upcoming appointments with leads and edit any information as needed, as well as reschedule or delete appointments if necessary. Now, that's just a sneak peek at how Marketing Tank can do all the things that we've talked about so far, but it's actually capable of a lot more. We call it our customer acquisition system because you can take care of all of your sales and marketing needs with one tool. You can schedule your social media posts, automate your proposals, send automated texts and emails, automate invoices, collect payment, and a lot more. So again, the link for that will be below in case you want to check it out in a free trial. All right, moving on to the second traffic source, and I promise we will fly through the rest of these a lot quicker. The second one is organic search. When we talk about organic search, we essentially mean Google. We're talking about when someone goes on Google and searches for something and lands on your website because it's in the top search result. So this is not referring to the results that are marked as sponsored or paid ads at the top. Organic results are results that are organically ranking at the top without paying Google to rank at the top. Traffic from organic search is usually super qualified because unlike social media, they are in a buying or purchasing mood. They are on Google searching for the exact product or service that you offer or the exact problem that you solve. And then your website can appear at the top of the search results offering them the solution. So the search query or phrase that they type into Google is called a keyword. Whether it's one word or multiple words, it's still one keyword. You can research what keywords are being searched and how often with Google's free keyword planner, which I'll show you in a second, and then you can optimize your website around those keywords. This is why traffic from organic search is usually super qualified because your website is giving them the exact thing that they're looking for. The trick with organic search is to get your website ranking in one of those top slots. There's actually a joke in the marketing world that the best place to bury a dead body is on the second page of Google because nobody looks past the first page of results. Heck, statistically, most people don't even look past the first 3 results. So the process of getting your website to rank in one of those top spots is called SEO, which stands for Search Engine Optimization. There are hundreds of ranking factors that Google looks at and considers when making a decision on which pages to rank at the top. And therefore, there are hundreds of things you can do to try to optimize your website and individual landing pages for SEO. As a result, SEO is a long process. It can sometimes take a year or more to get a newer website to rank on Google. So if you're totally new to SEO, this is what I would tell you. Use Google's free keyword planner to do a little keyword research and find out what keywords your audience is actually searching when they need the service or product that you provide. You might think you know what they're searching, but it's always good to confirm it by looking at the search volume of those keywords. You might be surprised at what people are actually searching for when it comes to your offerings. Then start creating pages around those keywords, whether they're service pages on your main site or helpful how-tos on your blog. Then watch our full SEO playlist to start getting a more detailed strategy together to understand what you need to do to rank in your specific niche. Now, the third way to get qualified traffic from your site is paid search. Paid search is also sometimes referred to as Google Ads or PPC, which stands for pay per click. Either way, whatever you call it, for the sake of this video, it's referring to the sponsored ads in the Google search results. So we just talked about organic traffic from the organic search results. This is talking about paid traffic from the paid search results. So let's look at an example. Let's say you type in plumber, Atlanta, Georgia. You see all these results at the top that say sponsored next to them? Those are Google ads. Those are not organic results. Then below that, you've got the maps feature. Then below that, you've got the first organic result. Or if you're in e-commerce, let's look at an example keyword for a product you could sell, like oversized pink sweater. You can pay to appear here within Google's shopping ads above the rest of the results. So the perk of Google ads here is that you're paying to rank higher than even the #1 organic search result for all the same high intent searches we just talked about with organic search. And it's immediate. As soon as you start running Google ads, your ad will appear and you pay for every click that you get. The downside to that is as soon as you stop paying for Google ads, your site is no longer there at the top of the search results. So that's why I usually recommend businesses implement both organic search and paid search efforts together so that they can start getting that immediate traffic with paid search, but be set up for long-term success with organic search as well. That way you maximize traffic and ROI both now and later. If you don't know how to set up Google ads and want to learn, I will link our PPC playlist for you to watch next. The fourth traffic source to get qualified traffic to your site is referral sites. A referral site is a website that directs a visitor to your site directly. Now, this could be any website, but for the sake of this video, I want to talk about directory websites. For a lot of industries, there are niche directories that compare businesses against one another for customers. And I'm not just talking about the broad sites like Yelp. I'm talking about sites that specifically compare plumbers, or in our case, digital marketing companies, against one another. These websites exist to be buyer's guides for your target market. So make sure you're on those websites and that you're ranked highly and painted in a good light. You can get waves of qualified traffic and therefore sales from these types of referral websites. Think about it like this too. Even if your own SEO is struggling, like you're struggling to get in the top 3 results on Google, this referral site might not be. Their website might be ranking number 1, 2, or 3. And if you're at the top of their list of whatever services you offer, that's like a roundabout way to take advantage of organic search until you can get your own website up there. So make sure you do a little research and see what directory websites your customers are looking at to help in their purchasing decision, and make sure those sites link back to yours.